Right, so shall we do some introductions then? So if I make a start and we'll go around and say who we are and what our names are. I sound a bit like Cilla Black, don't I, really? We're not here to do dating profiles, though, I promise. So I'm Penny. You can probably read down there. Penny Carr from Being Mrs. C. So coming to you today from, I was going to say sunny St Albans. The sun has disappeared now, but it's actually quite nice today, which is pleasant because it feels like we've just been living in this horrible grey place for weeks now, or that's what it seems to me. So who else is going to say hello then?
I'll say hello, I'll wave too. Hello, everybody!
Hello. I'm peering out the window for my postman now.
Oh dear. You invite him in like you did last time.
That sounds so much worse.
Yes. So I'm Helen from KiddyCharts.com. I'm not normally that rude. I host Brad. I'm basically joining here for a nice chat and a cup of tea, which Penny may have to pass me through the screen because I've forgotten mine, and it's over there somewhere.
That's criminal. How can you forget a cup of tea?
Wow, isn't it? Slap wrist. Next. Who's next?
Hello, I'm Joanne.
While I run and get my postman.
Hello, I'm Joanne. I write Kids Days Out reviews, and I'm up here near Sunny Hull. I'll say sunny. There is sun somewhere, but not very. And I have brought my can of Coke because I don't do tea.
No, to be honest, I don't really either. I meant my Diet Cokes in the kitchen.
Diet? Now you're just showing off.
I know. I don't know why I've got Diet Coke.
It should be banned.
Yeah, it's probably next to a bag of crisps.
Sorry, that was the postman.
Aly?
All right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm Aly from Bugbird and Bee, and I don't have a cup of tea, I have my crochet. And it's very grey here and cold, and I think it's trying to rain as well.
At least it's rain. I thought it was trying to snow when I did the school run yesterday.
Yeah. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it's cold. 2 days are cold, it's going to snow. I'm like, no.
Well, no, yesterday here, like at school pickup time, the sky was really, really heavy and grey. There were little bits of things in the air where you could just see them, and it was like, oh.
Well, I think it's forecast snow up here for this weekend, so I'll let you know.
You're north, aren't you?
Up north, yes. North of Derby.
So I'll send my kids to you, Joe, because they missed snow. We didn't have any last year, and my daughter
No,
keeps
we
going,
didn't either.
No.
No, we didn't have any, much to my daughter's school teacher's annoyance, because she planned the whole curriculum about there'd be a bit where there was bound to be some snow, so she got all these snow-based activities for the kids to do, and they never got to do them because there was no snow at all last winter.
Makes them. Get that postman to give you the filling from his package, and you can crinkle it all off of the floor. Snow, instant.
That just sounds so wrong, Helen.
It does.
Well, we went to Snowzone this year.
Penny, pick it out the gutter. Should we talk about Christmas? Can you have any window around Christmas, Penny? Come on.
Well, I was going to say, we've got this lovely Christmas market here, actually, and they've got fake snow. Like, you buy this little test tube of stuff, and I don't know how it works, but you add water, and it becomes, like, proper fake snow. And it was amazing. Really, really clever.
Our Christmas markets are fabulous. They're a wonderful part of the season. I love them. There's one in London that we went to. It's all alpine, and they've got little alpine wooden stalls and everything. It's just fabulous. It makes the Christmas magic for the kids last that little bit longer, I think.
Yeah, we've got one round the Abbey here. Last year was the first year, though, and to be honest, it wasn't that great. But this year, it seems much, much better. And they've set up an outdoor bar as well, selling glühwein and stuff like that, which I just want to go back at some point without kids, I think.
Yes, definitely, for the glühwein.
We're going to Bath Market on Sunday because it's only here for 18 days. They had sort of like a Christmas thing in town last week, which is the first time I've ever had it, and it was rubbish. So we're going to Bath this weekend, which should be good. All the stall holders have a little shed where they keep all their stuff, and yeah, it should be good because I haven't been for a few years. and take the kids and go with my mum as well.
And do you guys get celebrities turning on your Christmas lights?
We had Chris Barry this year.
See, he's quite a big celeb.
Yeah, well, we had a first Vicon back in October. So there's a load of celebs from like Red Dwarf, Farscape and all that kind of thing, which is quite a big thing for Chippenham. We didn't go, but there was Daleks and there was the TARDIS and everything. And they obviously talked to him and said, oh, can you turn on the Christmas lights? But we didn't go either. Mainly because it was just too cold. And they didn't know who Chris Barry was.
He is a bit of a, it's like the
parenting that is.
Empire and...
Yeah, well, yeah, I watched all of that, and I'm slowly getting them all into like all the sci-fi stuff, but it's just the ages, because they're all into Doctor Who. Kieran likes Star Trek, and I'm getting into Quantum Leap. Star Wars, they have watched it, but they don't really get it, kind of thinks it's a long thing, and sort of like, so I'm trying to get them into watching that rather than watching Harry Potter all the time, because we watch a lot of Harry Potter.
See, is this where I declare I have never seen Star Wars?
Penny!
How did you grow up not watching Star Wars? My brother had the Millennium Falcon and all kinds of stuff. And I remember being so jealous. There's me with my Barbie in her shower, and my brother had the Millennium Falcon with all the little bits and Han Solo and no. I mean, I've seen on eBay and it's like a stupid amount of money. I mean, like a couple of £100.
Yeah, my son's asked for the Death Star Lego for Christmas.
Yeah. And I mean, I like Lego. I'm a geek at Lego. I have to be the one who has to follow instructions and, do all that. It has to be done once, and then they can do what they like. Mia likes a Lego. This year, she's getting lots of flat boards and just basic stuff. And then I'll just go out and get a couple of minifigures, because every year I've been getting the games. And it's just wasted on them. I put it up and they don't play with it. It's just sort of like a thing that they collect. So this year she get all the basic stuff so she can actually build stuff, as opposed to me going, oh no, it goes there, it goes there.
You see, we've got all my husband's old Lego from when he was a kid. So little Miss C's playing with that a lot these days. And there's too many pieces, she can build whatever she wants. But when her uncles come round, they're the ones who always end up building things from instructions, and then she just plays with them until they fall to pieces.
I just don't see the point of buying a kit if you're not going to make it up as it's supposed to be. I might as well just go out and buy a load of basic Lego and little minifigures and then let them do what they want. And that's what we're doing this year. My mum's got a load of basic stuff, because the kits are just, it's wasted on them, especially if she just mixes everything up. So yeah, I'm not going to buy them.
We do the Lego. We build the thing that it's meant to be, and then they play with it for a bit. But then they kind of mix it and match it with all the other bits and bobs, and it kind of goes into this big kind of imaginative mound.
I've got 4 boxes of Lego, just full of everything. The big games that you've got, there's the Harry Potter one, there's a Star Wars one, and Atlantis, and there's another one as well. They're kept in the boxes, and they come out and play as a game, but I wouldn't let them destroy them. I'd be horrified. But yeah.
I've seen online people who glue Lego sets together, or when they're built, almost varnish them.
But that's like the film, isn't it?
It's like what?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! You've never seen the Lego film? That's what it's about.
I have seen the Lego film.
But is there anybody left who hasn't seen the Lego film?
And then the people that kind of glue it all together, because it has to be like that, if that makes sense.
I wouldn't do that. It'd have to be taken apart. Once it's done out, and take it apart. But if you're going to buy a kit, then I have to do the kit, and then you can do what they like afterwards.
Yeah, that's what we do.
No, I wouldn't glue it.
Really? Do you not like, I wouldn't let my husband glue ours, and it took ages, and now the kids have broke it all to bits, and it's just wrecked, and it's just pointless, and you might as well have just bought a little box Lego.
What, so you glued it?
No, we didn't glue it, but we wish we had, because now it's all just a load of bits.
I'm old school Lego, me. And I'm a bit like Penny. We've got my husband's old stuff, which is just the brick stuff. You just kind of, you know, and to be honest, I'm forever stepping on it and finding it in my pants and God knows what else, because it gets blooming everywhere, doesn't it? It's ubiquitous.
My daughter's bedroom floor at the moment is littered in the stuff, and I just can't be bothered to tidy it up anymore either. That's the thing. But what I have found, because I buy a lot of our Lego in charity shops, and what I found is there's a website called, I think it's the World of Bricks or something like that, where you can download all the old instructions. And there's an iPad app, which is basically just an interface to the website, so that you can get it up on your iPad, and it just everything's on there as PDFs. So I bought a load of stuff which I could tell was part of an airport. So I could search for airport, scroll through all the different airports, find the right one, and then we could build the set based on these instructions, which is quite cool.
That's a really good idea.
Another good idea is look on YouTube, and people like me will show you how to build it.
But have you got all the old ones, Joy?
Well, no, but for future, it's for future proofing.
So do you find that all the toys that you had when you were younger, you know, coming back into fashion, do your kids enjoy them more than like all the ones that come about each year, Lego and I don't know what else?
I find a lot of the new stuff can be a bit faddy.
Yeah.
So there's something, I was looking back at what we bought the kids last Christmas, and some of it is still being played with, but actually the majority of it isn't.
No.
My kids have their real favourite toys that they will come back to again and again and again. And to be honest, it's Lego. 9 times out of 10 is what they go to. And then, you know, that they have that kind of little period where they've got a new toy and they play with it for a bit, but then they'll always gravitate back to Lego. They just seem to love it.
Yeah, it's interesting because out of my two, who are a bit younger than yours, Helen, so my eldest is 4.5, so she's just getting into small Lego, if you see what I mean, but she's not quite into having the imagination to make, you know, she's not quite at the, I want to make a car and I want it to look like this, she's just not quite there yet. But my son, who's 2 and a bit, he's just going bonkers for Duplo at the moment. I mean, absolutely bonkers for it. He'd play with it all day. You know, as soon as he got out of his cot this morning, he was straight onto the Duplo. I had to drag him away to give him his milk kind of thing. So it just shows how amazing a toy it is, really.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I love playing with it as well. It's one of those things that, you know, sometimes, and maybe I shouldn't say this, so I'll say it quietly, I don't want to play with my children all the time. And Lego is one of those things that I will get down and, you know, help them, and I love it as well because it gets the old mind working, doesn't it?
Yeah. I find that with hammer beads, you know, being introduced to that is something that I like to do and the kids like to do, and we can do together. And I'm one for following patterns and everything, but they go off and do quite lots of freestyle. And since being finding lots on Pinterest, they sort of sit there, oh yeah, you got to do that, Mum. But they won't do it, but they're happy for me to do it. But they often make Minecraft swords and all kinds of things, and toadstools and things. So it's one of those things that you don't have to follow. You know, you can make this, but you can, you know, it's one of those things that you can. Oh, and we got thousands and thousands of colours. We'll never run out of hammer beads.
I'm trying to.
That's wonderful though, because they're creative too, aren't they? Because they get their own stuff.
Yeah, we're going to try to do some 3D stuff soon, because it's all been quite 2D, and it's all been like hanging up and coasters. But I found one for Doctor Who TARDIS, actual 3D thing, so I'm going to try and do that.
I'll have to go and say hello to the next postman. Hang on.
Do you think she invited them all round deliberately when we were on the hangout so they would keep interrupting us?
You know, at least one of us is having an exciting morning now, eh?
Well, that's true.
Get them at Christmas.
I hope they're bringing some nice stuff.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Not just bills.
Yes, not just bills. Maybe she should open one of the parcels live.
Don't have to open any that come to my house.
Sorry, it's obviously the time of day for the delivery people all to come, isn't it?
I was just saying maybe you should open a parcel live, see what you've got.
I did opened one actually, which it wasn't a parcel, it was an envelope, and it's a voucher to a spa treatment from some friends. So I'm quite honoured.
That's nice.
Nice.
Quite shocked at this. Feel. Oh wow. So, but that one was just I run a playgroup, and we're organising for Father Christmas is coming to visit at our Christmas party in a couple of weeks. So I'm in charge of organising the gifts from Father Christmas to all the children. So I've got to sort out the equivalent of 50 party bags, which is a bit of a headache.
Goodness.
We've lost Mary and Joy.
Yes, we have. We'll just carry on. They'll be back.
Probably gone off to play with Lego somewhere.
Yeah,
Inspired.
they've gone off to play.
So how far ahead have you got your Christmas planning then?
I am pretty much done, really. I mean, we got all the kids things out that we bought for the kids the other day.
I've made hammer bead snowflakes. That's it.
Well, it's a start.
And I got mincemeat from last year, so I don't have to worry about that for a mince pies. But I done nothing.
I normally like batch freeze loads of mince pies, but I just can't be bothered this year. I'm just gonna buy them.
Well, I'm meant to be having my dad round for Christmas Day, so I should be slightly panicking. But yeah, I haven't done anything, and I sort of I'll get to like the kids breaking up the school and thinking, I haven't got the tree up or anything.
Well, we've got 10 for Christmas Day, so I'm hoping that I can just go and get it on Christmas Eve. It'll be all right, won't it? It'll be fine. There'll be loads of sprouts and turkeys left, I'm sure.
Sounds like me, Joe. I always do everything last minute. If actually possible, I'd probably go and buy it on Christmas Day. No, I wouldn't be that bad. But I've done a reasonable amount of shopping online. I think that's the joy of the Tinterweb, that you can, and I don't like crowds. I just...
No, I have an Abel and Cole box come every week because I can't be bothered to go into town, which is only 10 minutes away, but it's just carrying it all the way back. It's just nice to have fresh fruit and veg delivered to your door each week without having to go out and having to look at stuff. But yeah, I just order everything online. I do make stuff, obviously, but the actual going into town and looking at stuff and what's new, I haven't got a clue.
I mean, I would say probably around half of what I've bought so far and will buy will probably be offline. I'm waiting for deliveries myself, so I might have to pop off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got about 3 waiting and another couple I've had already. So yeah, apparently online definitely has been the theme of our Christmas this year.
It's easier if you've got little kids as well, because I've always got one with me, or nearly always, so you can't take them round all the shops as you're trying to work out what will work for gifts for people and stuff. It just doesn't
No.
work.
I tried buying something while I was in a shop the other day with my 7-year-old with me, and it's just, you can't buy a present for somebody else that's supposed to be from Santa when you've got a child with you. It's just, you know, it kind of ruins it, really. So.
And it frees up more time for me, because it means that if I know I'm getting a grocery shop on a Sunday morning, I know I don't have to go out anywhere, and I'll do more stuff with the kids on the weekend than actually having to spend 2 or 3 hours in town with them. I mean, they like coming shopping with me, and we have lists and stuff, so they go off and help me. But if I can do it all in half an hour online and then do stuff with them, just easier.
You see, that's how I feel about doing my supermarket shopping as well. I tend to do all that online because I can do it via the app on my phone so quickly. Whereas actually, to get in the car, to drive to the supermarket, to go around the supermarket, to try and control 1 or 2 children whilst going around the supermarket, then queuing, and then packing it all into bags, and then getting back in the car and driving home, and then getting it in the house, it takes forever.
Yeah, well, I find if you take all 4 children shopping, you get it done quicker, because people just like part like the Red Sea, just like get out of the way.
Yeah, so I don't drive, so I can only get so much anyway. And if I take them all with me, we all end up going around the charity shops as well, so that doesn't pave out. So it's just easier to do it all online, and then I'm not buying excess as well, because if you take your kids with you, they say, can we have that? And then you think, oh, yeah, okay. But
it's sometimes easier just to say yes to them, isn't it? Rather than...
Well, we've only got a co-op literally 2 minutes away from us. So, you know, all our staples we get from there, from big shops, which I only do like twice a week. Sorry, twice a month. and then we get April and Cole come once a week. So I don't need to do it that often, really. And yeah.
So I always do my online shop on my app as well, because you know there's bound to be like an hour where I'm sitting waiting for the kids in a class, because they're 9 and 7, my children, so they do like a lot of after school stuff, but it's never it's never like 5 minutes up the road. It's normally half an hour's drive away, so you have to drive there, then you've got an hour to kill while they're in the class. So I'll either work or I'll do my online shop on the iPad or my phone or something. So you know, at least I'm using that time usefully.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do my Christmas shopping, having said I've not been organised enough. So there we go.
Well, see, I've booked the delivery slots for my Christmas shopping, and you have to put on, like, I think it's 90 quid's worth of shopping. So I basically searched the most expensive item they sold and put a few of those on just to hold the slot. So unless I get my app together, I'm going to be getting 3 very expensive bottles of gin for Christmas, and that'll be it.
No, I hadn't realised that. No, I think that's something I'll have to do this weekend. Yeah, just to make sure.
So I haven't booked my slot, you see, and I know what's going to happen is I'm going to get round to it, and then it'll be too late, and then I'll end up going on Christmas Eve, and there'll be like 1 turkey left.
Round here, all the slots for Christmas have gone with most of our supermarket things. All the mums have been busy discussing it on Facebook.
Midnight on the 27th.
What'd you say, Joy?
It was midnight on the 27th of November, wasn't it? My husband stayed up to make sure he had his slot. Good man.
I'm too late then, aren't I?
You trained him well, Joy.
Yeah, well, we got that special priority, so there might be like, you know, we pay extra and then we don't have to pay for our deliveries at all. Job.
Yeah, we've got that.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. But we have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve anyway, so we only wanted the 23rd. So.
Oh, how come you do that? Is that a tradition then? You've always done it.
It's a tradition I started with my oldest son because he's got Asperger's, and it started because he couldn't cope with Christmas Day. It was all too much, and I couldn't be cooking and looking after him, not coping with Christmas Day, and it then became a bit of a if you eat all your vegetables, then Father Christmas will come. And so now it's, you know, even my 11-year-old, he'll like get loads of vegetables and he'll clear it all off, because I do like to overdo it with the veg at Christmas dinner, and he'll just eat it all. He's like, yeah, I want Father Christmas to come. And so yes, and then it just means Christmas Day now I just get to play with the Lego, you know, well, with the children. So it's just a relaxing day, and we have the foods that everybody wants. We have all the snacky stuff. We have a little, you know, and they can pick at it. I mean, they're quite heavily into computer games, so they can just play and they don't have to stop and eat at a certain time or whatever, and it's just their day then, isn't it?
So that's actually quite a good idea, I think, because
Does.
the last 2 Christmas days for us have been a bit of a washout, because last year on Christmas Day Master C had tonsillitis, but we didn't realise. We just thought he was like teething or something. And then the Christmas before that, he was only 3 months old and he was breastfeeding, and I spent the whole of Christmas Day sat on the sofa with him attached to me, and I couldn't do anything, you know. So my poor mum had to do Christmas dinner both times, and one of those she was a guest in my house, so it all felt a bit wrong, really.
Yeah, I always find I love Christmas, but I always spend an awful lot of it in the kitchen. And and it's trying, and the thing with Christmas dinner, and I'm sure everybody appreciates this, anyone that does it, is the timing is so, like, doing this 45 minutes before to make sure it's arrived, and you've got to stand the turkey for half an hour, and I always find that you've got these lists to go down, and you spend an awful lot of time just not enjoying the day because you're all in the kitchen. You know.
Yeah, my mum taught me, though, that you just buy, as your treat for Christmas is buying everything ready prepared. So for Christmas, she's always said you buy everything ready done, and that's your Christmas present to yourself.
I like that idea. That's good.
She kind of goes to Waitrose and buys all the sorts of veg that you literally just bung in the microwave and it's done. You know, and getting
a microwave. Oh. I don't have a microwave, so I can't do that. So is everybody having turkey then?
No, don't do turkey either.
No, my kids don't like it. They find it too dry. So I think I'll probably do a vegetarian thing. And Kieran wants gammon. He wants gammon with all the oranges and all that kind of thing on it. So, right, okay, I'll do that then. Yeah. So that's easier now because I can put it in the slow cooker the day before, cook it off, and then put all the glaze and everything on the Christmas day. So.
What are you having, Joy?
We usually have everything else, which is what I'm struggling with online shopping, because normally if you go shopping at this time of year, you can get a joint of beef and everything in the reduced section, and I usually stock up because you can mean your freezer for 3 months. So we'll have beef, lamb, chicken, pork. I think we'll have gammon this year as well because kids like gammon, and their pigs in blankets, and then that will all just go in a stew after that, all the leftovers. So.
Because we always do risotto, because we do gammon on the 26th and turkey on the Christmas day, and then we make a big risotto and just chuck in the cooked meat with a few stock and veg and stuff. It's really nice. But stew's a good idea.
Yes.
You see, we just end up with sandwiches with our leftovers in. We're just so uninventive.
We're quite traditional up here. I don't think the trendy meats have got to us yet. We're definitely turkey, and we will be eating turkey curry for about 4 days afterwards. So that's about as good as it gets, I'm afraid. With sprouts in, maybe, you know, that sort of thing.
You're getting some purple sprouts from Asda.
Oh.
Caitlin's really looking forward to having sprouts. She's odd child. How can you be excited about having sprouts? She keeps saying, have we got sprouts this week? No, a bit closer to Christmas. And we had purple carrots last week, which they didn't really like very much, I think, because they just look weird. But, yeah, she was, oh, sprouts. When are we having sprouts? I'm like,
I was that weird child.
My mum pan fries sprouts with bits of bacon, and that's really nice, actually.
So yeah, that sounds nice. Sorry, Aly.
So I think I'm going to have to find a veggie alternative. But somebody's all about chocolate sprouts.
They had those at our Christmas fair last week, chocolate sprout.
Yeah.
See, I like chocolate and I like sprouts, but no.
Is that really a chocolate-coated sprout? Really?
No, this was chocolate made to look like them.
Yeah, chocolate sprouts.
You like chocolate-shaped sprouts? I think I could manage.
I don't like sprouts, you see, so.
Oh, we could put gin and sprouts, perhaps. That might make it a bit more palatable. Gin-soaked sprouts with a chocolate.
We've got a recipe for a lovely bit of pork with gin on it. That's lush. Seriously lush.
Gin and pork. That sounds very nice, yeah.
And with juniper berries as well. Really, really tasty, that.
See, to me, you just cook the pork and drink the gin. that must be the best combination. That must be the best combination, surely.
Like trying to remember if you actually cooked the pork or not.
That's what Christmas is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and by lunchtime, who cares whether you've cooked it or not, you know? Not that I'm advocating like mass drinking at Christmas Day, but
of course not.
Definitely helps, definitely. Right, so what's everyone up to for the rest of their Fridays then?
Work. Blech.
Work.
Out the ironing. Not necessarily doing the ironing, but just put it into piles and decide which ones are actually going to get ironed. Then put that away and just leave it. I'm doing falafels for dinner, so I've got to go make falafels.
Oh, fab. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing for dinner. God, that is so disorganized.
Helen, neither do I, so that makes me feel better. I've got my car booked in for it. I've got my car booked in for an MOT, and the garage is next door to Morrison's, so I was just going to wander in there while it's being MOT'd and hope inspiration takes over.
Yeah.
But I'm off to a birthday party for a toy shop's 5th birthday this evening as well.
Oh.
So there's apparently bubbly to be served, so I'm kind of hoping that after that I won't really be too fussed about what my tea is.
No, my husband's out for a curry this evening, so I've got to cook it for one, and I'm useless at cooking dinner for one. I've got no inspiration. I'll probably end up having a sandwich or something ridiculous.
You see, I hate that because my husband's been out the last 2 nights, so I've had 2 nights of cooking for one, and I can't even remember what I did the first night. But last night I just ended up with a pizza that was cheap in the supermarket, bung in the oven, and just ate that, you know. But hey.
You are both good. I'm a very festive person. I'd be straight with the Chinese takeaway.
Oh. So anyway, I think that's probably about it for today, isn't it, ladies?
I think so.
Crack on with our work. But it's been good chatting. Same time, same place next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Super duper. See you all then.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.